tiramisu flown in from Rome. If you can't find something on our menu to tempt you, you don't like Italian food. Try our Sunday brunch, all you can eat, just $21.95. And Angelo's and Vinci's has been named the best Italian restaurant in Orange County 2 years in a row, and our owner has been named Restaurateur of the Year. Angelo's and Vinci's, Fullerton, California, 714-879-4022 or angelosandvincis.com.
Destination South Point. 11 great restaurants, bingo, bowling, movies, race books, sports books, spa, live entertainment, oversized rooms, and the rates unbeatable. The South Point Las Vegas. Book now. Online at southpointcasino.com or call 866-791-7626. southpointcasino.com or call 866-791-7626. At the South Point Las Vegas, you're always a winner.
Welcome to the Sports Corner. I'm telling you, it's the lounge where we get together, sit in the corner, and talk sports. We being yours truly, Michael Horn, but the star of our show is the gentleman, the all-pro defensive end, the man who scored 2 safeties in 1 football game in the same quarter, the acting legend, the one and only, Mr. Fred Dryer.
Thank you very much. Did we change the name of the show to the Sports Corner?
No, but we're sitting in the corner, so I thought we'd talk about it.
Is this what this is?
It's the Sports Lounge, but we're in the corner.
On TV, it looks like we're kind of flat against the outline of the downtown LA
Check us out
skyline.
on Roku and on YouTube.
Believe me, it's a great look, isn't it?
It is good. You look very good today. You look like you've had a good week.
I did have a good week, actually.
What's been going on? Talk about a little bit.
Well, let's see. Business tidbits that in other areas that I deal with, and I brought in a magazine for you.
Oh, good. What'd you bring me? Is that the Highlights magazine?
The food issue of Westways magazine.
Oh, the food issue.
Yeah, so we can talk about a lot of other things we were talking about.
Yeah, our favorite restaurants and stuff and things. I've been talking about you a lot the last couple of days here.
Oh, wow.
Fred Dryer is one of the great legends of our time, and we on this program here in the Sports Lounge talk a little bit here as we sit in the corner about the politics of sports, and we got a lot to talk about today.
Well, we do, and by the way, I was on Fox News last week.
Yeah, tell everybody about that. That was locally in Los Angeles. They talked to you about this kneeling policy, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, and they wanted to know what I thought of it, and I told them I didn't think much of it. I don't think much of NFL ownership, leadership, and certainly when this decision-making process came out. By the way, my big comment was, what do you think of this issue, Fred, about the owners coming out saying that the players that don't want to stand for the flag should stay inside? It took 2 years. It took 2 years for the owners to come up with this.
This is a problem.
And they've been doing that in college, for a long time, In college, they just stay there.
In the locker room.
Fly over, the mascots come out, and the fans go crazy at the big flag that comes out. And next thing you know, here come the players, and nobody knows the wiser.
We'd like to find out what you think about all this. We're going to talk about this on the show and a whole lot more. So follow Fred on Twitter, Fred_Dryer, Facebook.com/The Real Fred Dryer. Email him, Fred Dryer, Dryer, at crntalk.com, and check out his website, freddryer.co. All right, this is going to be a good show. And you did kind of ask them questions about what was going on with this kneeling policy, so we're going to get into that today on the show. That's going to be a big deal. We'll talk about injuries in baseball. That's another big thing that faces everybody. These topics seem to kind of prevail here. For 2 years, the NFL could not come up with a solution, and you're saying college football has been doing it. They could have looked at that model and said, here we go.
Well, it's common sense. It has nothing to do with rules or laws or regulations or judges or time off to consider it and go into a retreat and decide what we should do. Are we hurting people's feelings? Are we being racially provocative? It's just simply this. If you don't want to stand up, stay over there and stay out of the way. If you do, come on out there and stand in line and be a part of it. But here's my opinion. Rather than have half the team out there and half not, I just say this. Everybody stays in the locker room. Everybody stays in, and we conduct our celebration of our flag with the audience at hand and the TV audience, and that's it. Everyone else stay inside.
That's it. That's it. That solves it right then and there.
That's my decision as an owner.
Well, I think you're kind of commissioner material here. You've talked to Goodell for every once in a while. You've seen you and he talk a little bit. You should have maybe given him a call in the last couple of years and said, hey, here's an idea.
Well, I
for
can
you.
help a lot of people out with a lot of stuff.
I know you can. You can. You've done that for me. All right, that's Fred Dreyer. He's the man. We got a good hour's worth of good stuff here to talk about in the Sports Lounge. Stay with us. Coming at you straight ahead. FredDreyer.co. That's his website. Check it out.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans. If you want to buy a home, we could help you get a great mortgage that may require as little as 3% down. And we also invented Rocket Mortgage. It gives you a solid approval in as few as 8 minutes. And for 8 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. Call America's largest mortgage lender at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Based on Rocket Mortgage data in comparison to public data records. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. License in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030. Results may vary.
In my yard, I'm a grill master.
But weeds have invaded this backyard barbecue kingdom. With Scott's Turf Builder Weed and Feed, you can thicken your lawn and kill over 50 pesky weeds guaranteed. Because Scott's Weed Grip technology is twice as effective on dandelions and clover as it used to be. So you can defeat invaders and green up your grass.
It's my secret recipe for a great-looking lawn.
This is a Scott's Yard. Pick up a bag of Scott's Weed and Feed today.
Okay, we're out of the corner. It's just the Sports Lounge. Yours truly, Michael Horn, along with the one and only Fred Dreyer. I have to talk a little bit here, Fred Dreyer. You're one of the great superstars of our time. Seriously, an iconic actor and a incredible all-pro defensive end in football, and you were a pitcher in baseball. You and I went this last week to what they call the All Access at Dodger Stadium. We do this show from Hollywood, California, and they opened up the stadium on an off night at Dodger Stadium, and they had some of the players there. And you and I walked in, and immediately it started. First off, this off-duty police officer who for so many years gave his services to the people of Los Angeles on the force comes up and he says, Fred Dreyer, we played you when you were on the Hunter team, and we were, because you, of course, did that role of Rick Hunter, were really one of the all-time great stars on television, and these police officers identify with you. Apparently, you guys used to play football against them. Was that the deal?
Well, here's the background.
Yes.
Miami-Dade Police Department, Irv Heller, chief at the time, in the 80s and 90s, and then Chief Daryl Gates here put together, a football game between the LAPD here that already has a team,
Right.
and the Miami-Dade Police Department that already has a team, a league. They play during the season. They play like 8 games.
Wow, I did not know that.
Each department plays 8 games.
Okay.
So this time, the two cities decided to get together in Florida, in Miami.
Yes.
So Chief Gates and all the guys and me and a couple other guys all get on the airplane. We go back. The idea was Hunter comes out and flips the coin at the 50-yard line with Don Johnson of Miami Vice.
Oh, that's pretty good.
See, that was
a great thing.
That was the idea.
All right.
So we get there, and I'm on the airplane going as we're getting ready to land.
Yes.
The publicity guy comes over and says, by the way, Don Johnson pulled a no-show.
Oh, no, so it's just you now.
So it's just me. And I said, well, I'll go out there and flip the coin. I'll still go out there.
That already put
They
the
had a
Miami team at a
helicopter all
disadvantage.
set up for DJ to come down and step out with his flowing caftan of a suit.
Yeah, because he used to wear those bright colors and things like that, Miami Vice. And so he didn't show.
No.
So how did you pull it off?
Well, we went out there, and I said, you can depend on Hunter to show up at the 50-yard line when you need him to. I said, give me that coin. And I flipped it, and we proceeded.
Very cool. And so you talk to this guy for a while, and I'm waiting to get into the whole event. And then the women start coming up, and it's like a countless line of women wanting to say hi to you. They saw you on TV. They recognize you. We didn't even get a chance, you and I, to stand inside the frame of the Topps baseball card so we could have had an action photo of ourselves in a Topps baseball. We couldn't
I think
do that.
that's what you wanted to do.
It was both of us. And so then we walked, and I said, look, let's get on the field here. And I think if we go to the Dodger dugout, Tommy is there, the famed Hall of Fame manager, Tommy Lasorda.
And
you followed me, and we went in. So I walked in quickly on the steps that were closer to third base on the dugout, and I go down, and there is Tommy Lasorda just to my left with Rick Monday, the Dodger announcer and longtime great player from the Cubs and the Dodgers in Oakland and all that. And so you're there, and I said hi to Tommy. He says, hi, Mike, and then all of a sudden he sees you, and he starts chatting with you, and then I look up. And right in front of me, I see this long line of people that were waiting to come down the home place steps down to take their picture with Tommy.
There was a queue.
Big queue.
There was a queue.
And so I looked at the woman that was in charge. I said, I really am embarrassed. I think we've just cut in line. She says, yes, you did, but it's okay. And she wasn't looking at me. She was staring at you.
She was staring at me.
Yes. And so I'm
that guy
embarrassed.
outta here.
I walk back up the steps, and I thought you left, and I'm looking at, where is Hunter? Where's the Fred? And I look around, and you're sitting between Tommy and Rick ready to get your picture taken.
Of course.
And I thought, what do I do? And, of course, I immediately went down the steps and sat down next to Rick Monday so I could be in the shot.
It was an honorarium to the people standing in line. I didn't there just kibitz and blab and shoot my mouth off and stand around like a dud. I got right in between. I asked the guy to step aside for a second. I put Rick and onto the left of me and Tommy on the right, and we took a bunch of photographs, and they thought that was a great idea. It was such a great idea that you stuck yourself in there, too.
I got in there, and there was a picture just of you with them, and then they came back and gave the picture with all four of us. So it was great.
Yeah,
now,
it was great.
We go to the batting cages, and we didn't bat in the batting cage. We looked around and got our picture taken with Mickey Hatcher. You weren't that interested in that. We go blow by the cocktails or whatever they're serving. We see Steve Sachs, we wave. We see Ron Say, Dodger legend, we wave. We get to the bullpen, and need I tell everybody here, and then Fred can elaborate on this, he started his sports career playing baseball in high school, blew out his arm, but I had to almost hold him back as he was going to pull the bullpen gate open, and they had the gun there, and he was going to go and throw, and then at the very last second, your senses came to you because you didn't get a chance to warm up, and I know you're a big guy stretching and warming
can't
up.
pick the ball up and start throwing.
But for a moment, you were ready to charge in there and do it, weren't you?
Yeah, I was
Close.
I was getting the calling.
You almost lost your mind. I've never seen you like that. You were just ready to go in, and then went, oh, wait a second.
Well, everybody was screwing around. I said, give me the ball.
As a matter of fact, Doc came out, and then he, Dave Robertson was going to sign you to the Dodgers bullpen. But no, so then we walk into where there's going to be the dinner, and we say hi to Bill Russell, Dodger legend.
Everybody, we saw everybody there.
Steve Yeager was great talking to
he
us.
was there.
And then we sit down, and we're kind of towards the back. We weren't in the front. And when they called up the pitching panel, it was Oral Hershiser coming up. John Hartung from Sportsnet LA was doing it. And they had Rick Honeycutt, the Dodger pitching coach. And I hear him say Oral say, it's going to take Rick a while to get here. And he's getting up at the table next to us. Just as you're coming back from the second helping of the buffet, you kind of pass Rick.
Fourth helping, I think it was.
Was it fourth? You passed Rick. And he goes up there. They put a great presentation. As he's coming back, I said to Fred, Fred, Rick Honeycutt is going to walk right by you. And so you squared off like you're going to make a tackle. Right as Rick's coming there, you say hi. And Rick sits down right at our table and starts talking to you.
That's right.
And then, of course, you were embarrassing you and said hello to me with him.
I said,
this is Mike.
oh, yeah. And I threw my thumb over my shoulder. That's Mike. And he went, who?
I said, we'd like to have you on the show. And he says, let me give you my cell phone number. So now you and I have Dave Roberts' cell phone number and Rick Honeycutt's. We can call them during the game.
Same time.
Yes, and we should say, don't worry about the pitch count. Leave Hershiser in for another inning.
Yeah, and if he wants Baez, tell him Baez isn't available.
Start sending text messages. It's just great. It was a fabulous event, wasn't it?
It was great. It was a lot of fun, and it was a perfect time of the evening. It was 5 o'clock. And it lasted, 2-3 hours maybe?
Yeah.
Not too bad. And they had nice food. They had great people. And
we were on the infield. We were sitting on the infield.
Yeah, we were on the infield. We were on the third base side.
Yeah, we were right about shortstop, don't you think?
Yeah, somewhere right around.
Somewhere there kind of shading towards third. And we were right there. Really got a feel for what it's like to be a player out there in the field having dinner.
Yeah, but they did say, they said, if you folks ought to just kind of turn around as the sun goes down over the stadium to the west, turn around and take a look at what we baseball players look at, 82 times a year. And it's just a great place to go to work. You go there, you're standing on the dirt, or you're standing on the mound, you're standing out in the outfield, and you're surrounded by this manicured, a visual that's just terrific, and it's historic. It's the second? Is it the second or third oldest stadium in Major League Baseball?
It
true. Looks like it's the newest.
It does.
It looks like it's the newest.
Dodger Stadium, the third oldest stadium. You know what the fourth oldest is? It's a tough one. You got to think about it for a while. We'll tell you when we come back. Think about it. What's the fourth oldest stadium? Of course, you got Wrigley Field in Chicago, Boston. You got Fenway, Dodger Stadium.
Fenway's
We'll tell you number 4 coming up.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
Do you want to fly somewhere, anywhere in the world? Smart travelers call myflightsearch.com for the best deals on flight tickets. Going to Manila, Bangkok, London, how about Singapore? Call myflightsearch.com for the lowest flight tickets available. What about a local vacation? Let's say you want to fly to Vegas, Orlando, Miami, Los Angeles, or Denver. Pick up the phone and call myflightsearch.com right now. We have exclusive deals that you can't find anywhere else. The only way you can get these low airline prices is by calling us. We have so many low prices available, we can't possibly tell them to you right here and now. If you're flying somewhere anytime in the next 6 months and you want the lowest airline ticket prices anywhere, you owe it to yourself to save a ton of money. So pick up your cell phone and call myflightsearch.com right now.
Call 800-445-3166. 800-445-3166. That's 800-445-3166. Call now. 800-445-3166.
Experience the romantic getaway you deserve at Maui's premier bed and breakfast, The Plantation Inn. With plantation-style architecture and decor combined with modern amenities such as dual rain showers and whirlpool hot tubs, guests relax in a tranquil oasis in the heart of Maui's historic Lahaina town. The inn is situated conveniently less than 2 blocks from Lahaina Harbor, as well as the famous French Street, known for its range of shops, restaurants, gallery walks, and museums. The Plantation Inn is home to Gerard's Restaurant, voted Open Table's top most romantic restaurants in North America. Chef Gerard's contemporary island French cuisine consistently earns some of the highest ratings in Hawaii. Come discover why Hawaii Magazine readers named the Plantation Inn #1 best bed and breakfast in Hawaii. Visit theplantationinn.com or call us at 667-9225.
We are back in the Sports Lounge, we being yours truly, Michael Horn, along with the star of our show, Fred Dreyer. So Fred and I are at this all-access baseball event at Dodger Stadium.
Yes.
And you mentioned that Rick Monday, I believe, said, take a look around, and this is our workplace. This is where we play. Imagine the stadium full. And what did he say? And you, I'm going to let you elaborate on this, because you, as a former player, would say, he said the biggest thing, the hardest thing to do when you retire from baseball is to lose the sense of competition and to lose the sense of playing with your teammates. And he said it's a hard thing to get used to when you're not out there playing in competition. Was it the same for you when you finally, I mean, I know you had the great acting career ready to go. You were smart enough to plan ahead, but did you miss the competition of football?
Well, I missed my friends.
There you go.
I'm not necessarily missing bus rides, plane trips, hotel rooms, going to a stadium, sitting, in the locker room, freezing, sweating to death, waiting for the official to come in and say, "Okay, guys, let's get out there." I'm not.
Painted a great mental picture for us up to this point.
I don't miss all that stuff, but I do miss the stuff, the camaraderie that fits in there, the cement that pulls the bricks together. All that stuff I miss. But here's the other thing. I was thinking about what he said, and I can imagine it is so difficult for a baseball player because of all the sports. That's the one sport where people have a tendency to stick around. They
you have longer careers.
I want a job in baseball because the life it's an easy life. It's not like you have a tough time deciding, we're going to go out and sell insurance. A lot of these guys stay associated and attached to the baseball team of record, and I can imagine that the toughest thing there is to do is to walk away from it.
Yeah, got to be tough. What did you miss the most from football? Friends? Is that what you're saying? Is the camaraderie?
My friends, they scattered. My brother was in the Army and during the Vietnam days, and I asked him. He says, I came. They got thrown together with a bunch of guys, and you're there together. The actual length was like 18, 19 months of a 2-year deal.
Right.
And at the end, you go home, and that's it. You may never see anybody again unless you make an effort to keep in touch.
Well, you and the guys you played with, a great group with the Rams, you guys have kind of stayed in touch. You get together now, and they've had the all access at the Coliseum for the Los Angeles Rams now, and they've come out, and you and Vince Ferragamo have a good relate. A lot of guys.
Well, I'm lucky, and I am lucky. I've got a lot of friends who stayed here. When they came from where their respective states and their towns, and they came into L.A. and they had a good run here, and they decided, well, I think I'm going to settle down and raise a family here and get a business. And so many of those people are still here in town. It's just that the place is so damn big that you get lost in it, and you get you next thing you know, 4 or 5 years go by.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. And so, but that is the camaraderie that you miss, and that's what Rick Monday mentioned when you go in baseball. But it was a fun night. It was a good time. Food was good, as you mentioned. You had a couple of 2, 3, 4 helpings, and there was, Dave Weiss was there. Weiss was there from 570, and we had to talk to him. And there was, we saw Yasiel Puig, and we saw Matt Kemp. It was very good.
They had a real. And Walker Buehler.
Oh yeah,
he was being interviewed, and I think he's going to be not only a great player, but I think he's going to be one of those guys that very quickly ascends to a throne, and he becomes royalty. He's got one of those personalities.
Seems to be that way too, and I think you had more helpings than Tommy Lasorda.
I had a lot of helpings, and of course, you know what it was. What I do, I go through and I get the protein, find what the great protein is, and it was sea bass.
Yeah, I mentioned
great sea. It was not tilapia.
You looked at me as I was going for a little bit of the beef with it, and you said, "This is sea bass," and you had this smile on your face.
It's the sea bass. Yeah, so you can always eat a hamburger and whatever you want. But so the sea bass is there, and then they had a great salad, a great vegetable avocado salad, and I loaded up on that, and then we had I think 17.
Brownies
of fudge brownies.
There's a plate of fudge brownies, and everybody was being good at not having any. I kind of looked at it for a while.
Polite's the word.
Until you got that cup of coffee, and I don't know how many. I lost count after about 5.
No, I think
you kept putting one in front of me, and
they were small. They were dainty. They were petite.
We didn't even try the other cookie. There was another kind of big round, looked like
that was a belly bomb. You didn't want to eat that.
Looked like a sugar cookie or something.
The brownie. You'd run to Glendale if you ate that.
These were cut in like kind of triangles.
They were cut in triangles.
Nice 1-inch thick.
Just like I like them.
Straight ahead more, where we're giving you lots of sports background information in the Sports Lounge. Stay with us.
This is today's entertainment answer. What does producer and star Shailene Woodley say audiences can expect from her new film, Adrift?
This movie draws you in. When you're watching it, you can smell the ocean yourself. You can feel the salt water in your hair, because that's what happens when you capture life in a way that's truthful, and when you capture life in a way that's real versus fabricated.
Adrift, rated PG-13, in theaters June 1st. For this entertainment answer, I'm Matt Mungle.
For the getaway of your dreams, come to Hawaii's Playground, Ka'anapali Beach Resort, on the fun side of Maui, where the world comes to play. Find your spot on Ka'anapali Beach with 3 miles of white sand, 12 resort properties, 2 golf courses, and 2 shopping centers. Enjoy the playground of Hawaii's ancient royalty. Ka'anapali Beach Resort is Hawaii's original master planned destination resort and home of the Hawaii Food and Wine Festival. With views of 2 neighboring islands, you can breathe in the land's natural beauty from your favorite resort or golf fairway. Come experience Ka'anapali's own special brand of Hawaiian hospitality with world-class dining, relaxing resorts, water sports, and activities of every kind. For romantic, family, and great friend getaways, discover the options of Ka'anapali Beach Resort, where the world comes to play. Plan your getaway today. Visit Ka'anapaliResort.com. That's KAANAPALI Resort.com.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS? Newsflash, the president has changed the tax laws, and now you may be able to pay the IRS less. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, the tax doctor can help you pay the IRS as little as possible allowed by law. There are new tax laws for business owners, the self-employed, even W-2 workers. If you have a back tax problem or a few years of unfilled returns, new help to save you money is now here. Call right now to see how the new tax laws can help you. Plus, right now, we'll waive the consultation fee and give you a free tax savings report. Attention business owners, the self-employed, and W-2 workers. Make this free call to the tax doctor now and learn how to take advantage of the new tax laws that may help you pay the IRS less.
800-985-1610. 800-985-1610. 800-985-1610. That's 800-985-1610. It has been said that everyone has a book in them. But do you have the time or the ability to write your book? Maybe you picked up some skills or had a life experience that you want to pass on in the form of a book to help others. Maybe you want to leave an autobiography for your family. Or maybe you've built a successful business and you want to share your story. At Dorrance Publishing Company, we have professional writers who can help turn your book idea into a finished manuscript quickly and affordably. A Dorrance ghostwriter can provide as much or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more.
800-485-8803. 800-485-8803. 800-485-8803. Call right now. That's 800-485-8803.
I'm Jay Farner from Quicken Loans. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 4.125%, APR 4.36%. But choosing the right mortgage lender involves so much more than just a rate. We've earned 12 J.D. Power Awards for client satisfaction. And we invented Rocket Mortgage, a simpler, hassle-free way to get a mortgage completely online. So choose Quicken Loans, America's #1 online lender. Call 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Equal Housing Lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
We're back in the Sports Lounge. I'm Michael Horn, along with the one and only Mr. Fred Dreyer.
How do you do?
Acting legend, football legend. And so you were on TV. We mentioned we were into the All Access. By the way, on the way to All Access, Mark Levin, the national talk show host, was talking about the new policy that for 2 years it took the NFL to come up with. And you were on his show talking about the fact that the NFL was slow on the uptake to get this thing resolved. And Mark Levin didn't say much. He let you talk for about 10, 15 minutes on his show on Salem Radio.
Well, most of these talk show people don't let anybody talk. You know who I'm talking about, don't you?
No.
No, okay.
No name. But he did. He let you talk, and it was quite good.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And you were on Fox News, and Vince Ferragamo, former Ram quarterback, his lovely wife Jody saw you. I was judging a wine competition. She said, I saw Fred, and I saw you in my hotel room there. I was out in Pomona, California, and watched your segment. It was great. So let's get into this whole thing on this kneeling policy here, because is this going to resolve it? I mean, do you think half the team will be in the locker room and half the team out? Are we going to get the season off without all this hassle of people kneeling? Because it ticks people off, and the NFL is ruining their reputation as a great brand name by having people kneeling, and people are not tuning in, and they've lost 10 to 15% of their audience watching football games already.
I don't know how to get into this stuff, but to me, the bewildering aspects of life are how simple many things are that we choose to make difficult. This is very simple. All you have to do is get 32 owners, here it is, 32 owners to agree that this is what we're doing. We're going to bring all the team out before the national anthem and stand there. Or we're not bringing them out at all. If you kind of bring them out, well, anybody who wants to pledge allegiance, that's a real cowardly approach to it, And there's going to be more people staying underneath, in the locker room than there are going to be standing on the sidelines. So here's what you simply do: be the leader. Somebody lead. They own these billion-dollar franchises. You would think that these people would say, this is what I believe in. I would like to ask every single one of these owners, please tell me what you believe in. Do you believe in the flag? Do you believe in giving pledge allegiance? Do you believe in the procedure of a kickoff in the National Football League? It's only been here for like about 100 years. So do you want people to partake in it? Do you think that the flyover, the American flag, think all of that theme of America is respected by fan base? I think it is. So what are you going to do about it? Do you want to come out and just say anybody who kind of wants to give appreciation can, those who don't stay inside, and then you have about 10, 15 players come out standing on the sideline? What do you think the visual of that's going to look like? Yeah. You've got to just say, here's what it is. If you're the owner of the team, if you're this guy, York, the guy that owns the 49ers, who abstained from voting, by the way. I'll just have you know that. Okay. So he abstains from voting. So he should come out and say, I want every one of my players that I pay good money to come out and stand. I'm not asking you if you agree with the flag or if you agree with the slavery policies or the Civil War or the War of 1812. I don't care what you believe in. You're going to stand there like gentlemen, and you're going to, for a moment, make people believe you respect the flag. And if you don't, you're out of here. And that's what I want you to do.
You're saying the 49ers owner, Jed York, abstained from the voting. And Roger Goodell, the league president, NFL commissioner, said that the league unanimously agreed to the vote. Here's the thing. Fox News reported that President Trump's public and personal pressure on the NFL, on the owners, reportedly played a big role in the league's decision to change their national anthem rules. They didn't have any rules.
Well, so now the president is running the National Football League. You've got listen to all those great egos.
Yes.
You know how embarrassing this is for people like what's his name in Dallas.
Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
Do you know that here's an opportunity? Everybody, when you speak of the National Football League, everybody looks to Jerry Jones. Everybody looks to the Boston Patriots guy, the New England Patriots guy. Everybody looks to about 3 or 4 main source owners. Well, here's an opportunity for them to band together and say, this is what this league believes in, and this is what we're doing. What is the problem, for crying out loud?
Exactly. Now, your old buddy Eric Dickerson from the Rams, he said, He says the fact that the players now have a choice to stay in the locker room with the national anthem is a good thing, but he says he would stand if he was still in the league. He'd go out there. He says this gives you a chance. He says that's a good thing, but he said if the guys want to stand, they should stand, and he said he'd be out there standing.
Well, he should. And
Vince Ferragamo said he would stand. Vince agrees with you that they should just throw them all in the locker room and not have any of them out.
Well, it's college. Remember what I said about college? You know, they have the last thing that happens on the field. The two teams come out, run on the field like crazy, and they go to the sideline, and then the officials go to the center with the tee and a football. They have a whistle. They flip a coin, and the game starts. Oh, by the way, it's another thing we're going to wind up talking about. They're going to destroy the procedure of kickoff in the National Football League.
Let us know what you think. Get a hold of us, Fred Dreyer at crntalk.com. That'll take care of it and do it. But I think they are going to do it, really. It's going to be kind of tough. And I, for one, would definitely like to see this thing resolved and get the ratings back and get people enjoying the game of football and really checking it out and seeing it again the way it should be played. Don't you think?
You know what it's like to me? It's like you go to a show. You know, you go to these ArcLight, these theater-like seats with the tilt-back seats.
Yep.
You go there I went there with my daughter, went there with my wife one time. I went there with some friends, and we go in there, we get some popcorn, we sit there and eat, and then it's like the lights go down. And then the curtain draws back, and the movie starts, and everybody pulls out their box of 2-pound Milk Duds. And they spend the next 15 minutes unwrapping all this candy. And it's, I don't pay to see that. When I show up in a movie theater, I want quiet. I don't want people ignoring me or ruining my moment. It's the same thing with buying season tickets. If you're a 49er fan, you must be mortified, braced when you get out of the car and walk to the stadium and you go in and you realize, is today going to be another protest day?
Exactly. Give us your thoughts on whatever you think. Follow Fred on Twitter, Fred_Dreyer, Facebook.com/The Real Fred Dreyer. Email him, FredDreyer at crntalk.com. We'll get to your emails a little bit later in the show. Don't forget his new website where he's got his movie Highway 395. That website is freddreyer.co.
Honey?
In here.
Oh, you painted the ceiling.
Yep.
Blue.
Feels so much less cooped up, right?
I guess. What's the yellow paint for?
Well, the floor needs a double line, otherwise it's chaos. Can you hand me that yield sign?
It's hard to be without your bike, so do something easy and protect it with Progressive Motorcycle Insurance. With basic policies as low as $75 a year, you'll be back on the road in no time. Visit Progressive.com to quote today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Annual premium for basic liability policy not available in all states.
In my yard, I'm a grill master.
But weeds have invaded this backyard barbecue kingdom. With Scott's Turf Builder Weed and Feed, you can thicken your lawn and kill over 50 pesky weeds guaranteed. Because Scott's Weed Grip technology is twice as effective on dandelions and clover as it used to be. So you can defeat invaders and green up your grass.
It's my secret recipe for a great-looking lawn.
This is a Scott's Yard. Pick up a bag of Scott's Weed and Feed today.
It's 3 p.m. and you just ran out of ink. You have a report due end of day, which is 2 hours from now. You can't push the deadline because end of day means end of today, not end of tomorrow day. What now? Go to your local Staples store. Staples has a huge selection of ink and toner in stock and at low prices every day. So you can get your ink fast for less. End of story.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
We are back in the Sports Lounge. I'm Michael Horn, the star of our show. We call him Sultan. He's the Sultan of safeties, a record that will probably never be broken. 2 safeties in one game in the same quarter. That's the deal. the All-Pro defensive end, played for the Rams and played for he was kind of signed with New England but never played for them, and started his career with the New York Giants. And the acting legend from Hunter and Land's End, and also in Agent X, the one and
Don't
only
forget
Fred
Cheers.
And Cheers, he was on Cheers. So we forgot to give our answer, by the way. Oldest leagues now you've had a lot of time to look it up on Google. So your oldest baseball stadium is Wrigley Field in Chicago, followed by Fenway. Am I correct on that?
Fenway
is the oldest. Fenway's the oldest, followed by Wrigley Field.
Yes.
Followed by Dodger Stadium,
Yes.
and the fourth oldest stadium
is Angel Stadium.
The Angel Stadium in Anaheim, California. The Los Angeles Angels play there.
65, 66.
It's really something.
I used to go out there when I worked for Hanson Engineering. I drove a truck for them, and I used to go out and deliver and then pick up aluminum blocks.
While they were building the stadium?
Big load. And I would pass State College Boulevard, right where the stadium is, right near the freeway, 57 freeway.
So you'd be out in Orange County, and
I'd be in Orange County.
You'd be making a big load.
And I'd be carrying a load and dumping a load. And then I would sit there and have my lunch and watch these tractors.
Sure you did.
Bulldoze all these orange groves. I rolled the window down. I said, "Hey, what are you guys doing out there?" He goes, "We're making a stadium out here."
They got rid of the orange
grove? What are
grove?
you talking about, a stadium? Yeah. So
Did you ask if you could dump a load just because?
Yeah, I said, I got a bunch of load here. Where can I put this?
It's good. So the little baseball news, Dodgers have had a lot of problems with their starting pitching. A lot of teams have had this. There's a couple here. One on the Dodgers, one on the Cubs. The right-hander for the Dodgers, Kenta Maeda, who was kind of being the star ace there with all the other. Kershaw was out. He's back now. Whatever. He was removed in the second inning this last week as they played the Phillies with a right hip strain. Now, what does that mean? If you got a hip strain,
Well, your right hip strained.
So he's not.
It's like a hip flexor.
Yeah, and who was the guy on the Dodgers? Rich, what's his face?
Rich Hill.
Rich Hill had a blister, only threw 2 pitches in that game.
Yep.
These pitchers are really going down quick.
Well, remember we talked to Rick Honeycutt about that?
Yeah, what'd he say?
And I just said, how does a guy show up in a bullpen session before the afternoon, his evening start, and throw and not know he has a blister on his finger?
What did he
That's
say?
a good question.
Yeah, that was a good. Did you get an answer?
And he says, what happens? What he did was he put some super glue on the blister itself, and then as he was pitching, it was okay while he was pitching, but when he got out onto the diamond, he threw a couple of pitches,
and he knew it wasn't there,
and the whole thing popped off.
Oh,
like
boy.
I
gotcha.
big scab.
Don't they have that? Didn't they have that stuff you could paint on that becomes like a bandage? I guess that doesn't work, huh? He's got a lot of spin going on his ball.
The deal now is he's going to petition the Major League Baseball
to wear a glove,
which would be Joe Torre, and say, hey, look, Joe, I want to put a rubber, literally a rubber. Or those bank clerk counter things? The rubber thing they put on their finger?
Yeah.
He wants to put one of those on there.
He should. And then the Cubs have had problems. Darvish, they had an MRI on this guy. They revealed no damage on the right triceps of him. But here, how much money did they pay? And then Darvish was diagnosed with right triceps inflammation, and he's going to start a program later in the week. What's his record, and what is he throwing? So he's
done nothing.
So it's a good thing these poor Cubs paid all this money. They got rid of Jake Arrieta, and he was pitching like a champion this last week against the Dodgers.
Yeah. Well, he sat around there. I told a friend of mine, I said, he was sitting around all summer, and the Dodgers could have went over and grabbed him, but they said they would have had to have, gone over the cap.
Salary cap.
And it would have impacted their salary structure.
A lot of teams probably felt that way. They don't want to. They got to keep under that cap.
When you have 5, last I counted, when you 5 pitchers on the DL, and you're 53 games into the season, you've got big problems.
Yeah, that is kind of tough. You better have some depth, and I mean that's real depth. If 5 pitchers are there, and a lot of people have that. A lot of people are having bullpen problems. The Giants, it's tough. Here's the thing with modern day baseball. Let's address the elephant in the room with the stupid metrics. They've wussed out these baseball pitchers to kind of the wussy feel where they can only pitch 5 innings. It's like Come on, get them out there and get that pitch count up to about 120, 25. Who said it's got to be only 100? Throw the ball if you got a good arm, and take up some slack and rest the bullpen. Otherwise, they pitch 4 or 5 innings, and you got to have a 6th-inning guy, a 7th and 8th and 9th. Give me a break. Get out there and throw the ball.
Well, Walter Alston pitched Koufax 17 innings one
Famous
year.
Dodger manager, number 24, Walter Alston. How many innings did he pitch?
17.
So Sandy Koufax pitched 2 games and 1 outing.
Doubleheader.
Yeah, and it was 1 game, extra innings, I take it.
And then you could go out to the mound, at least once an inning and say, "How you doing there, Sandy?" He goes, "Could you bring me some water?"
Is that what he said?
Could you bring me some water?
He said?
No, don't worry about that. Get tough. The umpire come out and go, "What's going on out here, Alston?" Well, he wants water. What the hell? This guy wants some water. All right, get him some water. Let's get this game going.
In those games, and they probably did that 17-inning game in less time than it takes to play a 9-inning game now.
Yeah, they did. 2 hours and 18 minutes.
Did they have to review calls in New York on the video replay with the umpires?
No, and they didn't have you know what they used to do? After a pitcher would strike out the side, the camera would follow him to the sideline and watch him go into the dugout, where guys would say, "Hey, good inning." They don't do that anymore. As soon as the pitch is over, they cut to a commercial.
You have to get that beer commercial, and got to. Oh, by the way, we'll be right back. Do you like burgers? Then experience the ultimate famous 50-50 burger at Slater's 50-50 in Pasadena, California. 50% ground beef and 50% ground bacon. Stop by at 61 North Raymond Avenue in Pasadena and visit Slater's 50-50. Experience our full bar with craft beer and more. Play in our cool new game room. View the best sports in our Slater's 50-50 TV lounge. Try our Slater's 50-50 burgers by design, too, and all of our incredible food, including our Sunday Bloody Mary brunch. Check out our VIP event space for private dining and ask about our chef-inspired catering company with a completely scratch kitchen-based service. It's all at Slater's 50-50 under new management at 61 North Raymond in Pasadena. Call 626-765-9700. 626-765-9700. Call now, 626-765-9700.
Do you want to fly somewhere, anywhere in the world? Smart travelers call myflightsearch.com for the best deals on flight tickets. Going to Manila, Bangkok, London, how about Singapore? Call myflightsearch.com for the lowest flight tickets available. What about a local vacation? Let's say you want to fly to Vegas, Orlando, Miami, Los Angeles, or Denver. Pick up the phone and call myflightsearch.com right now. We have exclusive deals that you can't find anywhere else. The only way you can get these low airline prices is by calling us. We have so many low prices available, we can't possibly tell them to you right here and now. If you're flying somewhere anytime in the next 6 months and you want the lowest airline ticket prices anywhere, you owe it to yourself to save a ton of money. So pick up your cell phone and call myflightsearch.com right now.
Call 800-445-3166. 800-445-3166. That's 800-445-3166. Call now. 800-445-3166.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
Back in the Sports Lounge. Michael Horn with the one and only Fred Dryer. You got your movie coming up, right? Transformers. Is that the movie that's coming out?
Well, yeah, it will be out. I'm not
summer?
sure. I'm not sure when it is.
Going to be going?
It's going to be out there though this summer. Blockbuster. Going to be a blockbuster.
Now, you have a lovely daughter. You don't have a son, but some of these baseball players have sons, and apparently Vlad Guerrero Jr. is going to be due up later this year.
Yep.
Bo Bichette and Kevin Biggio are going to be making their way up to the Blue Jay system.
Dante Bichette. Remember Dante
Bichette? Yeah, you're right. Derek Rodriguez, he's the first of the group is Derek Rodriguez. He's the son of Hall of Famer Ivan Rodriguez, who played...
I call him Pudge.
And Derek Rodriguez playing on the Giants. Made his debut this last week. He had a busy night, and he looks like Pudge but has long hair, and he's also a pitcher. He converted from outfielder in 2014. 26-year-old's got the call up on this last Monday. Pressed into service. Jeff Samardzija left the game after one inning with a shoulder stiffness. One inning we got out of Jeff. I told you, the Giants, everybody had problems here. Yeah. Anyway, this guy had 4 strikeouts. So it's kind of interesting.
You know Samardzija's background, don't you?
No, what's Samardzija's background?
Samardzija was a wide receiver for Notre Dame.
Oh, okay.
He's a very good one. He would have been a first-round draft choice. But he decided to play baseball instead. He made a wise decision because you can make an awful lot of money playing baseball and actually not play baseball.
Yeah. Well, Ivan Rodriguez, who's the pitcher now on the Giants, talk about being bit by the terrible bug. He leaves the game in the 5th inning after he's struck on the calf by a comebacker. So the Giants are having the same problem. These pitchers are going down left and right all over the place.
Left and right.
Now, Johnny Damon, former baseball legend, says he loves how President Donald J. Trump is performing since taking office.
Yeah.
And then they asked him for specific reasons, and he said, well, do you like having more money in your pockets? He was recently appointed by President Trump on the President's Council on Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition. He spent this last Wednesday, visiting the White House, and he's been getting a lot of online hate mail from the anti-Trumpers who just go crazy on Twitter.
Of course.
So TMZ asked Johnny Damon how he's handling the criticism, and Johnny Damon says, that's all right. Half the people aren't supporters, but he's doing a great job. And he also fired off some top reasons why he's still a Trump supporter. He said from his tax plan to his pro-life stance. And they said, how do you feel about Rudy Giuliani as Trump's attorney and getting booed at Yankee Stadium this week? And Johnny Damon went to bat and supported the
It's common
New York
sense.
mayor.
It's common sense, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
You know, this isn't
He's
like
on our team. He's the president of the United States.
I'm not I'm a conservative person. I'm not a Republican. And I'm not stumping for people to be Republican. I'm not mindlessly devoted to a politic or a political affiliation, but Democrats are. They're blindly affiliated to this groupthink, and if you're not a Democrat, then they want to kill you. And literally, they would absolutely go out of their way to knock you in the head.
I think that could be true, and I think it's all time for everybody to just kind of get along. Yeah, as Rodney King used to think, handlers all get along, and it's like now's the time to start, and that's why we do this show.
Where's Rodney?
I don't think he's with us anymore.
But you know, he was misunderstood.
Well, everybody's misunderstood from time to time, but not on this show. We try to get you the understanding you need every week at this time, so we hope that you'll join us each and every week to do it. Don't forget a lot of great things. Fred Dryer has got this movie, Highway 395. It's available to download on your website. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. FredDryer.co.
Lots of memorabilia and things up there, too. Fred Dryer, FredDryer.co. You can download his movie. He's got that movie. Then he's got the Transformers coming up. But you can get to watch Fred on Raleigh. Sheriff
Raleigh Wade.
Raleigh Wade is up and
the
down
Sentinel of the Highway.
Highway 395.
That's correct.
Fred patrols that just now because he likes the movie so much.
Ferocious.
Drives up there all the time.
Ferocious defender of liberty and justice.
CRN Digital Talk Radio prides itself on being the station of every situation. And you can listen to us on nearly any platform and device. Download to your iPhone, Android, and BlackBerry episodes of What's Cookin', and take Master Sommelier Michael Jordan with you to the wine shop so he can help you pick out that perfect bottle of wine. Stream episodes of the Sonoma Wine Report through our CRN app. TuneIn Radio, Nobex, Stitcher, UTunes, or AHA Radio, and start planning that unforgettable weekend in the wine country. They're in your corner on iHeartRadio, iTunes, and many other apps. And of course, you can always listen live through your local cable TV provider, as well as on our website at crntalk.com. For more information on where to listen to these great shows, along with many others,